Good afternoon, good evening, and good God Almighty, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the S.H.O.P, the social hub of positivity. This week we have with us one of the stalwarts, I like to call her. Now, that sounds a little bit rude, like who wants to be called a wart? But stalwart of the S.H.O.P. Been here since almost the beginning, someone we're very fortunate to have met, and someone who has enriched our lives. And I know that many of the people coming to the S.H.O.P love to see this woman's work. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucia Lovatt. Lucia, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
I'm not going to speak for the rest of this interview now, so just tell people interesting things when I look at stuff over in Boswell's. Oh, I
no
know.
Pressure, then.
Listen, everyone loves your stuff. You come in here, you do it live so people can see it. You get lots of commissions. How's it all working for you here?
It's great. I love being in here.
Well, we love you being here.
Oh, thank you.
So what's it meant to you to have an opportunity like this to have an interface with your public?
It's great. I like it when people come in and people have got comments about what I'm painting, and it's good to get the feedback.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel more professional because people are asking me questions that I get to answer, and that makes me feel quite knowledgeable about what I'm doing.
Yeah. How long have you been doing art, should we say, painting in this sort of format for how long, really, this sort of seriously
Been painting as a business since lockdown.
Only since lockdown?
Only since lockdown.
Wow.
I started painting probably, about 6 months or so before lockdown. Decided that I wanted to do the career change, but then it was lockdown that forced me to learn all about online marketing, and took it from there. As soon as lockdown happened, I went headfirst into marketing myself online and started selling.
Wow, that's some response to a lockdown.
I had to do something.
Well, exactly.
Otherwise it was only homeschooling.
Yeah. Shame you weren't running the country. We might have been better prepared. And countless thousands of people wouldn't have died. Think about that, you people. Anyway, just because of Lucia. Now, you've also broadcast live with your own, what is that, Facebook Live?
Yeah, Facebook Live on my profile page.
So this is how crazy modern technology is. I've witnessed this fantastic artist broadcasting live in the S.H.O.P, right, on our Facebook in the S.H.O.P. So it's basically gone into space and then come back down to Chippenham via the S.H.O.P. And I've watched her do it live, if you know what I'm saying.
Double live.
It's a crazy world. Has it meant, do you think, for you, that modern technology, all these platforms, has it made it easier and feasible for you to be a professional artist?
I think so, yeah, because otherwise I'd just be an artist at home in my kitchen painting.
Yeah.
But this way, people get to see me. And I think that's what art's about. It's not just selfishly sitting there keeping it all to myself.
Yeah.
It's sharing. I get a lot from it, and then I get to share that, and then people get a lot from seeing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do, and that's what I like.
Yeah. So yourself and Lucy Dowling, who's a close friend of yours, I presume, also an artist.
Yeah.
You've both been doing art workshops here. You do is it monthly?
Monthly.
Tell us a bit about
events.
that, because that's quite cool, actually.
Yeah, we do art fairs and craft markets, alternate each month, over in the King Alfred Hall in Chippenham.
Yeah.
And that allows us to show off our work, and we invite lots of local artists to join us. And then we get people of Chippenham and surrounding areas to come and look at all our work and buy some of our work if they want to.
So that also then must have only happened since coming out of lockdown. So this is also a new thing for Lucy as well, is it?
It was something that we were speaking about before lockdown. We were planning, it's all come from wanting to do one big exhibition.
Yeah.
And then lockdown happened and we couldn't do one massive thing anymore, so it's turned out to be lots of little small ones, which has worked out well for us, actually.
It is. It's amazing. Do you not think it's amazing, how many creative people there are in and around Chippenham?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone's just suddenly coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
It's great. They're coming into here.
Yeah.
They're getting in touch with me because of the art fairs.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm beginning to know more and more professional artists and people who want to share their art.
Yeah, because we've had obviously Alex Moran here, Rachel Melody, April Barlow. We've also had the wonderful Cy Griffiths and Mike Long. Did you see the breakout?
Yeah, I loved it. I love Cy's work.
If people haven't seen the breakout exhibition that was at the Yield Hall, we've got it online. So look for Cy Griffiths doing a presentation, because on the 21st, if you remember the original Unlock Reset Festival Mark 1, how much fun can you have in a pandemic? Well, I'll tell you, ask Matt Hancock. What's that? That is inappropriately not being COVID distance. If you're the health minister of this country under the premiership of Boris Johnson, Boris, I'm the health minister. Is this appropriate distancing? Looks okay to me. Sort of thing I get up to in my spare time. Isn't that true, you Eton beauties? Eton beauties, Eton beauties. Stop it. Anyway, back to you in the House of Love. Lots of great artists. Lots of people I've noticed have come out, have been doing hobbies and what have you. There's a few counsellors that are hobbyists, I've noticed. They kind of like dressing up. Don't do anything particularly serious with the real issues that are going on in our town and the surrounding areas. How are you feeling out there, people? It's quite worrying. So it's really good that we've got creative people like yourself coming up with creative solutions. Has it helped, would you say, with your own personal mental health? Has it helped you as a parent, a partner, and a person in this peculiar pandemic pickaninny? Alliteration? I've got it all over. What are you saying? Has it helped you? Has being an artist? I mean, it's a big question. Don't break the question down. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Do you think it's like, actually, everyone should do this sort of thing?
Sorry, can you repeat the whole thing?
Right. Well,
No, I'm joking. Yes, it has helped my mental health.
What about this? Is this helping your mental health?
No!
Oh, come on!
I'm going to have to do a lot of painting to catch
You
up.
Cool. Yeah, it has it?
Yeah, definitely. Especially during lockdown. It gave me something to focus on when it all got a bit scary.
Yeah.
And by scary, I do mean homeschooling.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, because obviously, as you know, we were working throughout the pandemic, so we were having young people in. Some of our brave facilitators who sort of, particularly at the time, I want to say a special thank you to Mel and Andy, who were working with us at the time, because we were doing it in shifts. We had two different sort of teams. And it turned out their days that they come in had the young people that were coming in, and I'd say most people didn't want to let their young people go out of the house in the early stages. We fortunately were always open and we are key workers, we work with vulnerable people. So it was important to us, and obviously we use creativity, and I know that it helped them and their families. Your children, do they do creative stuff? Did they do anything creative or more creativity throughout the worst stages of the lockdown? And there's more to come, by the way. More lockdowns, obviously.
Yes, they didn't paint a lot. But yeah, they were creative in their own ways.
Yeah.
We had lots of little projects going on. They loved at the time doing YouTube videos and things like that.
Wow.
That's how they got their creativity out.
Yeah. So again, there's social media platforms.
Yeah.
Can be atrocious and horrendous things, but they do serve a purpose in that sort of context, don't they? A sort of conduit to the outside world when it's healthy, when it's positive, really useful. We've got to know them, haven't we? Because we've now relaunched our North Wilts Young People's Theatre Group. It's a multimedia thing, makes films and does theatre and whatever. They've joined that. How are they responding to that? Being back in a group work situation, doing theatre and doing what's much needed in this town.
Love it.
Good theatre groups.
Love it. It's the highlight of their week, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. I love the fact that it is, because they're actually quite extraordinary individual. I'm not just saying that. We have these talks off camera, don't we?
No, we do.
It's not as if we get followed around by cameras all the time. Do we, though? you know that we're doing this documentary about the pandemic. We're looking at how the council have reacted, how the county council, how the area board reacted because there's when everyone looks into how things were run before and what people have got away with in local authorities, it is horrendous actually. But it's a massive, beautiful sort of juncture in time when we cannot let those sort of things happen anymore, because otherwise we've missed an opportunity. So moving forward, what would you like to see more of in this town? What would you, as a mother, as a creative person, and you do other jobs as well, you work in the doctor's surgery and stuff like that.
As
well, man, listen, think about it. You have to, not just about money. Think about if people haven't realised how important. Think about it in pandemic. If we didn't have people cleaning all those doctors' waiting rooms, surgeries, hospitals, so on and so forth, we'd be in a worse situation than we've ever been. So it's actually an essential ingredient. I think that's what maybe some councillors need to get that. Yeah, exactly.
We've all got to do our bit.
We need to do our bit. We all need to come together. We need to be proactive, but we need to be honest, and we need to have transparency in our local affairs. So the idea that we, moving forward, if we are going to look at things that have worked and will work for people, would you say that we need to be, well, there need to be more opportunities for young people? Do you think there's enough opportunities for young people pre the pandemic?
No, I think if you can pay for things, then you can make your own opportunities.
Absolutely,
but
there's lots of things you can pay for. Absolutely, this is what makes me laugh about things like Borough Lands, and if you know Borough Lands, giving money willy-nilly to organisations and people that aren't necessarily doing the best for the community. They don't seem to. It seems to be kind of, I don't know, like a private sort of thing where they kind of give it to people that they're trying to promote and try and restrict other individuals and organisations that are actually doing the real stuff. It's kind of like, wow, everyone, scrutinise this, because it's actually the public's money, it's Chippenham people's money, and I think that we need to really look at that, because if we don't, it will just keep festering. We'll end up having loads of different things we don't need, like a climbing wall. Seriously, I know. Who in this, I've worked in this community, coming on 24 years now. We have been commissioned to do consultations throughout this time. Never once was the word climbing and frame or wall put together in any consultation. And lo and behold, we have got this really bizarre thing that surely such a small proportion of the community will use. And I don't know how well certain people with disabilities will be able to use it. It's kind of like a really limited opportunity.
Do you have to pay to use it?
I probably think so. I don't know, it'd be great if it's free. Well, if it's free,
that'd be great.
Yeah, but for who though? How many people would really want to climb up a wall? Seriously though. And was it built by Chippenham builders? Are the people running it? Because I know people that wanted to run who do that, what do you call that? Climbing and all that sort of stuff. They wanted to run. They're from Chippenham. I don't know that it's been commissioned. That it should just be Chippenham people. It's really bizarre. Only if they're able to do it. Like we have organisations that are running youth cafes that have literally no idea how to do that. So we need to be really, really meticulous going forward. But it's a strange thing. What did you think? Oh wow, whippy! That's exactly what we wanted. A climbing wall or a splash pad in John Gulls Park. For years and years, young people have been asking for a skate park. So how can you ignore all that consternation around a skate park for years and decide to just arbitrarily create a splash pad that no one asked for, and you can't use it all year round? It's this limited thinking that needs to stop people that used to do councils for hobbies because they've got nothing else to do with themselves. Cop yourselves on. If you had 3 wishes moving forward, besides that you never want to see me again. Wow, you laughed a little bit too easily at that, Lucia. What would you say? 3 wishes for our town and our community going forward. Come on.
Crikey.
I know, mate, I'm just putting you on the spot. Why not? I'm spontaneous.
Why is putting me on the spot?
Yeah, I do it. That's what I do.
I would like there to be more things for the kids to do.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I have to pay out money for them to do it.
Exactly, because that's the point, isn't it?
I want them to do it safely, though.
Of course. So it has to be done with absolutely all the rigour and health and safety and child protection and everything else. 100%. That's why funders and counsellors who don't do this for a full-time job, who might have party allegiances, make decisions like the Bridge Centre. The Bridge Centre was absolutely abhorrent. We had, and you can see this in the interviews in the shop, interviews with Pete Hutton, who was, still is apparently a counsellor, that when we had a meeting with him to say, don't knock down the Bridge Centre before, or don't do anything until there's something else it's going to be used for, because we use it more than youth service. Had this on camera, everyone can look at this. Said it to him at a meeting, do not mothball this, do not put it into, don't knock it down, nothing. Never heard from the guy again. And when we asked him on camera why this was, he said it's because, well, there's a lot of tears about it. You can watch this on the thing, people. Pete Hutton, his interview. He said because when he went there as a teenager, he didn't really get it. During the pandemic, when we needed space to work with vulnerable young people, we had to hire the Rotary Hall, so that we could actually facilitate as frontline keyline workers. This type of ridiculous non-thinking or non-professionalism within county councils and borough councils and parish councils and town councils has to stop. It's not okay. Look at that interview, people. Do you see what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. We're on the front line and we're looking at these people. I went there as a teenager, I didn't get it. Yeah, and, well, therefore, I decided not to listen to you as a professional, even though you've been doing this all your life and in different cities and in whatever. And I thought it'd be a better idea if we just had a car park. That's true though, isn't it? It's like, this is what we're talking about. Now, I wouldn't say this, but I think other people might say this. What's going on, Pete? Are you optimistic for the future?
Yes.
I like this. She's optimistic. What? I mean, you should be. You have to be. You definitely have to be.
I don't want to send my kids out into a world that I'm not confident about.
Exactly. And your kids are absolutely well-adjusted, really confident, really social. So they're actually a tribute to yourself and your partner.
Thank you.
I'm concerned. I've got a 2.5-year-old now. So obviously my energy and my focus is redoubled. So I guess if you were a counsellor and you didn't have any kids and you made really ridiculous decisions, you probably would think it was okay. But as a parent, I don't know about you, but there's nothing I wouldn't do to protect my children. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So I think that people who haven't got kids, and bless them if they wanted kids and they couldn't have them, but people that didn't want to have kids, it's fine. If you haven't got kids though, you shouldn't maybe be making decisions for people that have, like the Bridge Centre, if you know what I'm saying, people. Get real. Lucia, what else have you got coming on? Have you got any more of your art shows? What's going on at the Albert? Is it Albert? It's not Albert. King Alfred. What's going on with Albert? He's all right, but what about Alfred? He's a bit upset. Carry on. What's he doing?
Saturday after next, on the 17th of July, is the art fair.
17th of July. This is going out. Rebecca, is it going out on Sunday, which is the 11th of July? Well, I tell you what, if the pandemic doesn't kill us all by then, when is it? 17th of July?
17th, Saturday the 17th of July.
So if you're in and around Chippenham, obviously if you're watching this in the various other countries that I know watch this, come to Chippenham just for the crack.
It'll be
sometime.
worth it.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't bring COVID with you because, that's just not friendly. Although you'll probably get applauded by Boris. Is that every month?
Yes, there's a craft fair and an art fair alternate each month.
So it's craft, then art.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's one every month, but it's different. Oh, I didn't know that.
From September, it's going to be the second Saturday of every month.
Second Saturday every month, and alternate. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So it's just getting more and more popular.
Yeah. So it's
wow.
Yeah. So people of Chippenham will know eventually that second Saturday of every month there will be an event on.
Yeah.
And they can pick up some art or they can pick up some craft.
Yeah. The stuff with yours is you do commissions. We're going to do some cutaways, aren't we, Rebecca?
Aren't we? We've got Jake on board now, everyone. Jake's here. And when Jake's on the job, we know that, if nothing else, we're going to get a bicycle show.
We're going to do some amazing cutaways of your work. So people can see from literally you dabbling in art to becoming this one woman art production show stroke conveyor belt production line, you are actually phenomenally productive.
I am very productive. Yeah.
And is that, do you think, partly because you're having that interface and so many people are seeing it and talking to you? And
I think I just want to do everything, and I want to do everything right now.
Could you become the leader of our council, do you think?
Well, I'm a bit busy with the painting at the moment.
I know, but you probably could do it in your sleep. The thing is, all you need is have a backbone, yeah? Be prepared, if you're democratically elected, to, regardless of what your highly paid officers try and gag you and try and stop you doing, you need to have a backbone, people. You need to stand up for what the truth is, let alone your party politics. Please become the leader of our council, and I will support you through thick and thin. And when I say thick, you know what I'm talking about, people. You, madam, are a wonderful example of someone who, as a mother, as a human being, as a woman, the reason I say mother, by the way, is because I literally believe it's the hardest job on the planet, and I ain't just saying that. I really believe this. I, as a father, watching Sue, the mother of my boys, and Maya with Adriana, it is quite unbelievable what the world expects women to do with around being the inspirer and soul carer generally, not so always soul carer, for children. They are our future. Without people like yourselves, we stand no chance. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the community. Thank you on behalf of all the people that like art. If you don't like art, people, I bet if you come and meet this lady here, don't stand too close though, social distancing, yeah? Try to do, kill her. Come and look at it. It's at the shop in Emery Gate. I want to say thank you to everyone in Emery Gate. I want to say thank you to everyone that comes into the shop, all the artists, all the good people, the contributors, all the volunteers. I want to say thank you to Rachel Fitzmaurice. And I want you to say a big shout out to Freddie Spickenall over at the Foxham Inn in Foxham, because it's a great little gaff. We've got some great art exhibitions out there, and there's going to be all sorts of good stuff. So, have you got anything more you want to say? Come on, plug something just for a laugh.
I do pet portraits. I can paint your dogs, your cats, your horses.
On canvas, though, people, not just actually go and paint them, because that's probably not good for them.
Oh, no.
No, she paints it on canvas. This is a wolf that I once owned in my imagination. And this
is a borzoi that does belong to someone who lives in Chippenham.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a Russian dog. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's about 20 foot high.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, I've seen that. It's a beautiful thing.
She is.
Well,
She's
you
so
do.
gorgeous.
Yeah, but this painting is.
Painting her.
I'm your agent. Ladies and gentlemen, I get nothing for saying great things about this woman except pure joy. So listen, pure joy to everyone. Peace and love. Yes, peace and love. Especially to all those people who are struggling with the idea of what democracy is. Thank you very much, Lucia Lovatt. Do you notice I almost said it right, didn't I?
You did.
It's good, isn't it?
Said
right, thank you. See you next week. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, you wonderful man there. Dave, hey, let's have it. Thank you very much. Yeah, nice one. Goodbye.